Assalam-o-Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Rules of Asma'ul-Adad, the Arabic number system. So today we are going to learn how we can say numbers in Arabic. So I think let's first read from the book once. I'm just going to read everything in front of you, and then I will be explaining you about everything about number after narrating or reading from the book. So let's first read from the book little pace, and then we will be learning on the blackboard about all the rules and regulations as well as example of all these numbers. So rule for Asma'ul-Adad, numerals. Before we proceed, it should be pointed out that adad, number, is the mumayyaz, and ma'dud, the counter ism, is the tamiz. 1 and 2, the ma'dud appears first and the adad appears second. The adad and the ma'dud must correspond in all aspects. Waladun wahidun, bintun wahidatun. Normally for one or two girls, men etc. simply says waladun, waladani etc. However, at times the number is used for emphasis. Let's first understand 1 to 2. Rules of 1 and 2. First we are going to understand the rule of 1 and 2, then from 3 to 10, then 11 and 12, then 13 to 19, then 20 to 90, then 100, and so far. So first understand, saying 1 or 2 in Arabic language is actually very easy. How? Let me make you understand this. Suppose you want to say one man, you can simply write rajulun. Rajulun means one man. There is no need to add one here. Suppose you want to say one woman, simply just write imra'atun and it means one. So this is the rule for wahid. But again, if you want to add one, the rajulun already gives the meaning of one. The nakeda word already has the meaning of one. But if still you want to add additional word which represent or denotes one to emphasize the meaning, you can say wahidun. Wahidun means also one. So rajulun wahidun, one man. But remember, here in this case, the rajulun and wahidun, both words are actually mawsuf sifat. And if these two words are mawsuf sifat, they should follow all the rules of mawsuf and sifat. Similarly, if you want to say imratun, we cannot add wahidun. We have to say wahidatun. Why? Because imratun is muannas, so its sifat should be muannas. So imratun wahidatun. So for 1 and 2, there is no specific rule. We follow the rule of wahid and tasniya. So this was the rule for wahid. Suppose you want to say two men, so we can say rajulani. If you want to say two women, you can say imra'atani. Simply make it tasniya. Rajulani means two men, imra'atani means two women. That's it. But still you want to add any special number for 2, we can say isna, isnani for muzakkar and isnatani for muannas. Here is still both rajulani, isnani or imratani, isnatani is acting as a mawsuf sifat. Now let's go to rule for 3 to 10. Let's first read from here and then we will be learning from the book. From on blackboard. From 3 onward, the adad appears first and the ma'dud second. The ma'dud is jam'un majroor. the adad and the madud must be opposite of gender. So salasatu aqlamin 3 pens, khamsu sayyaratin 5 cars. In choosing the correct adad gender and the singular form of the madud is taken into account. Sab'a layalin wa samaniyata ayyamin. Here the singular laylatun of layalin is feminine and yawmun, the day, the jama of ayyam is masculine. For 10 the masculine form is asharun and for feminine form is asharatun. Now rules from 3 to 10. Rules from 3 to 10. For understanding the rule from 3 to 10, first we have to understand few terms. One is called adad and another one is called madud. So what is adad? Adad is generally, adad is a number. Adad is a number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All these are numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All these are numbers. And madud. Madud is a thing, anything, it can be anything, which is being counted by adad or number. For example, when I am saying 2 men, so here 2 is the adad and men is madud. When I am saying 5 pen, so here pen is madud. When I am saying 87 doors, so here door is madud. So anything the number represented, that is madud. Now if you understood well what is adad and madud, let's understand the rule. The rule is rule number 1. If madud is muzakkar, if madud is muzakkar, then its adad will be muannas. If madud is muzakkar, its adad will be muannas. And if madud is muannas, then its adad will be muzakkar. So there is an opposite gender in adad and madud. For example, suppose we want to say 3 men. 3 men, or let me write this in number form also. 3 men. So here men is madud. Men is madud and this 3 is a number or adad. Now the rule is, if madud is muzakkar, so here men is actually muzakkar word, right? Men means rajulun. So let me now, from now on I am going to give the example in Arabic. So rajulun. So rajulun is actually a muzakkar word. Rajulun is muzakkar word. So now we have to use muannas adad. It means we have to use a muannas 3. So in Arabic, salasun means 3, but this salasun is muzakkar. Now we have to use a muannas salasun, so we are going to use salasatun. This thalasatun is muannas. Why this is muannas? Because of having tanis and its ending. So now here, if we want to say 3 men, we are going to use this salasatun, not thalasun. Why? Because there is a rule. When the madud is muzakkar, its adad will be muannas. That's the first rule. Second rule, from 3 to 10, adad and madud acts like a muzaf ilay. Remember, let me write this also. From 3 to 10, adad and madud acts like a muzaf and muzaf ilayhi, where adad, the number, becomes muzaf and the madud becomes mudaf ilayh. So now from 3 to 10, when the adad and madud is becoming muzaf and muzaf ilayh, so they should follow the rules of muzaf and muzaf ilayh. It means adad will not accept alif lam or tanween on it, whereas the i'rab of madud will be always having kasra on it. But that's not only the rule, there is another rule, and that is from 3 to 10, madud will be jama. Now, suppose we want to say 3 men. 3 men. Here, 3 is adad, men is madud. And what was the rule? If madud is muzakkar, we will be using muannas adad. So we are going to use muannas adad, that is salasatun. And what is the rule from 3 to 10? Madud will be jama. So instead of rajulun, we are saying rijalun. But that is not correct. Why? Because they need to be in the muzaf ilayh format. So we are going to remove the tanween from salasatu and we are giving kasra to rijalin. So salasatu rijalin means 3 men. Now, if we want to say 4 men, we will say arba'atu rijalin, 4 men. When we want to say 5 men, we will say, let's have another example, okay? Like 5 pen, khamsatu aqlamin, 6, sittatu, let's have another muzakkar word, kilab, we can say, sittatu kilabin. Now, sab'atu rijalin, thamaniyatu rijalin, tis'atu rijalin, asharatu rijalin. Now, let's have the example of muannas. Suppose we want to say 1 woman. So for 1 woman we say imra'atun wahidatun. For 2 women we can say imra'atani or imra'atani isnatani. But for 3 women we will say salasu nisa'in, arba'u nisa'in, khamsu nisa'in, sittu Asharatu nisa'in. Sab'u nisa'in. Samaniyu nisa'in. Tis'u nisa'in. Asharu nisa'in. These are the rules from 3 to 10. Now let's read from the book and then we will be explaining here. 11 and 12. From 11, 12 till 99, the madud is wahid mansoob, and the adad and the madud must have the same gender. So ahada ashara, kawkaba ashara. 11 star. 12 girls isnata asharata bintan. From 11 to 19, the sheen of ashara and asharata gets fatha when used with a masculine and sukoon when used with a feminine. Now, for 11 and 12, the rule is actually very simple. For example, if we want to say 11 men, we can say ahada ashara rajulan. So here ahada ashara, ahada represent 1, ashara means 10, so 1 plus 10 is 11, and rajulan is madud, and here the madud will be mansoob with fatha on it and it will be wahid. Okay, so ahada ashara rajulan, that's for wahid. When we want to say 12 men, we will say isna ashara rajulan. Why we are not saying isnani? Because here we assume that ahada and both isna is acting as a muzaf. It is not actual muzaf muzafil. I told you there are some words which are similar to muzaf ilay. So here it should be isnani, but noon is dropped and isna ashara rajulan, it means 12. Similarly, if we want to say 11 women, we say ihda asharata imra'atan. We want if 12 women, then we will say isnata asharata imra'atan. So for 11 and 12, rule is very simple, but from 13 to 19, now the rule is different. And always remember, when I am saying 11, 12 rule is simple, it means 21, 22 rule is simple, 31, 32 rule is same as 11 and 12. So for 1 and 2, in every tens digit, like 21, 22, 31, 32, 41, 42, 51, 52, 61, 62, 71, 72, and 81, 82, 91, 92, also 111 and 112 or 121, 122, for all the rules will be same. But from 13 to 19, or from 23 to 29, or from 33 to 39, the rule is little different. How? Let's read from the book first. 11 and 12. From 11 onwards till 99, 11, 12 is completed. From 13 through 19, wahid mansoob. The ma'dud is wahid and mansoob, similar to 11 and 12. The gender of the first part of adad should be opposite of the gender of ma'dud. So arba'ata ashara rajulan, 14 men, tis'a asharata bintan, 19 girls. Now suppose we want to say 13 men. Here madud will be always mansoob. So let's first make the madud mansoob, rajulan. Then we have to add ashara. So we are writing ashara. Now the first part, which means the ones, it will be opposite to the madud. So here the madud is muzakkar. It means the ones part, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not actually 1, 2, 3. Let us start from 3. So 3 to 9, that will be always opposite. So here the madud is muzakkar. So here the adad, the number ones actually will be muannas. So arba'ata ashara rajulan. Arba'ata ashara rajulan. 14 men. Now you may be wondering why I have erased arba'atu, because from 13 to 19 the i'rab of ones and tens, it means the i'rab of salasa, arba, khamsa, sitta, sab'a, samaniya, tis'a, as well as ashara, their i'rab is actually mabni with bar fatha, mabni with fatha. It means in every condition i'rab of these ones and tens remains same with fatha. Now suppose we want to say 14 women. So first write imra'atan. Now here just make the ashara muannas, asharata, and the first part will be opposite. So it means there it should be arba'a. Arba'a asharata imra'atan. That means 14 women. Now from 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, the rules are very simple. For example, if you want to say 20 men, you will say ishruna rajulan. The madud will be mansoob and wahid. If you want to say 20 women, again ishruna imra'atan. So here there is no such rules, a complicated rule for, or there is no difference word for muzakkar and muannas. For both muzakkar and muannas, ishruna is enough. So salasun, arbaun, khamsaun, sittun, sab'un, tis'un, and salasun, all these words from 20 to 90. You have to memorize it by heart. So just remember, from 20 to 90, all these words are actually on the format of Jama Muzakkar Salim. So they have wawnun or yanun in the ending. Now, from 21, 22, I told you how we are going to write 21, 22. For example, you want to say 21 men, we will say first say wahid, which means one, or you can also say ahada. But I think wahid is more wise to use. Wahidun wa, wahid means one, and ishrun means 20. So wahid and ishrun means 21. Then say rajulan, 21 men. Now you want to say, and the i'rab of wahid keeps changing. For example, if you add here ala, the i'rab of wahid will be changed to wahidin. Wahidun wa ishruna rajulan. Now if you want to say 21 women, you say ihda wa ishruna imra'atan. That's the rule for 21, 22, or again 31, 32 and all. But from 23 to 29, again from 3 to 9, the rules will be changed. If the madud is muzakkar, the adad will be muannas. For example, if we want to say 23 men, so here we have to say salasatun wa ishruna rajulan. Salasatun means 3, ishruna means 20. So 3 and 20 is 23. Rajulan means men. Now, salasun wa ishruna imra'atan. 23 women. Now the same applies to 33, 39, 43 to 49, 93, 99, as I told you. The tense remains same irrespective of whether the madud is masculine and feminine. So tense doesn't have any effect of muzakkar and muannas gender. Now for 100 for remember, in 100 the number becomes muzaf and the madud becomes muzaf ilay, which is very similar to the 3 to 9, where the adad becomes the muzaf and madud become muzaf ilay. Same thing happened here also, but here the 100 or the adad becomes muzaf and the madud becomes muzaf ilay. So see, mi'atu rajulin, mi'atu means 100 and rajulun means man. So here mi'atu is muzaf and rajulin is muzaf ilay. Mi'atu bintin muzaf. So here we do not have any difference in gender. For both muzakkar and muannas madud, mi'atu is used. Now for 200 we can say mi'ata. So it is actually mi'atani, but I told you that the 100 becomes muzaf to the madud. So that's why whenever the tasniya becomes muzaf, its noon is eliminated. So instead of mi'atani, we write mi'ata bintin. It means 200 girls. And now the i'rab of tasniya in halat raf'i is with alif noon, and in halat naswi and jarri with ya noon. The same rules follow here also with the tasniya 100. So mi'atai or mi'ata both is used in halat raf'i, naswi and jarri respectively. Now what about then we want to add 300? It's okay, we can say miyatun 100 and miyatani 200. But what about the situation when we want to say 300 men? So here also we do not have to worry about muzakkar and muannas. So if you want to say 300, salasu means 3. Okay, so just make the salasu muzaf. Salasu muzaf, mi'ati muzaf ilay, again muzaf, and rajulun is a final muzaf ilay. Salasu mi'ati rajulin, 300 men. Again salasu mi'ati bintin, 300 girls. So there is no or woman. There is no such difference in gender when it comes to comes after 100. But remember, if you want to say 109 men, then the rule is different. Here we are saying 100, 200, 300. But when you are saying 109, for example, you want to say 109 men. So there you have to write mi'atu alone separately and tis'atu rijalin alone. How we are going to write this? So first we will say mi'atun alone, mi'atun wa tis'atu rijalin, 109 men. So 109 men. Okay. Now see, the same example is given here also. If there are units and the tens with 100 as well, the respective genders rules apply. Mi'atu wa ashratu kutubin. So kutubin is muzakkar, so the ashratu muannas came. So I told you from 3 to 9 the rule will be always same. Now for 1000. So 1000 also is just similar to 100 in rules. 1000 also become muzaf, the madud become muzaf ilay. For example, alfu rajulin, 1000 men, alfu bintin, 1000 women. Alfu and the jama of alfu is alaf. Okay, so for wahid you say alfun, for tasniya you can say alfa or alfa. It is actually alfani, but noon is eliminated. Now it's become alfa or alfai. But when you want to say 3000, so here again we have to follow the same rule. And what was the rule? Salasu alafin or arba'u alafin. But here there is a difference. Now here, if the madud is muzakkar, the first number will be opposite to its madud. So if the madud is muzakkar, the adad will be muannas. So for example, if we want to say 4000 men, so here men, the madud is muzakkar, so we have to use the muannas gender. So arba'atu alafin. Actually, let me give you some another advice for this one, because this rule is not actually fixed. There are some other rules also. For now, just remember, whenever you are using an unit or ones for 1,000, for example, you want to say 1,000, 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000, at that time use the ones unit or ones number as a muannas only. Do not use it as a muzakkar. It is the most easiest way to remember it. For 100 we should use muzakkar, and for 1000 we should use muannas. Then we have millions, so wahid madud, it is also used as a muzaf ilay, similar to 100 and 1000. Milyuna rajulun and milyuna bintun, there is no difference between muzakkar and muannas. But again, when we are using the plural form of milyun, that is malayin, and we want to say 4 million or 5 million, then the 4 or 5, that the yuans, should be used as a muannas. It does not matter whether the madud is muzakkar or muannas, they should be used as a muannas. But if you used it as a muzakkar, there is no problem with that. But the most common use is with muannas. Now we have exercise. Write the following in Arabic. To school is al-madrasatani or madrasatani isnatani. Then we have 12 women. So 12 women. Women is muannas. So we will say isnata asharata bintin. Sorry, bintan. 12 women. 17 doors. Bab is muzakkar. 17. So first write 7. 7 means sab'atun. Okay. 10 means asharatun. Now put it in the real format. Sab'ata ashara, and the plural form of door is. So we do not have to use here the plural. Now we do not have to make it jama. So sab'ata ashara baban, because the jama rule only followed from 3 to 9. So here we have 17. So sab'ata ashara baban. Then we have 21 cars. So wahidun wa, okay, so car is muannas. So we say wahidatun wa ishruna sayyaratan. Then we have 150 house. So 100 is miyatun. So say miyatun wa. So miyatun means 100, wa means and. 50 house. Khamsuna baitan. 50 house. 150 house. 444 miles. So arba'u mi'atin. Arba'u mi'atin 400. Wa arba'u mi'atin 400 wa and 44. So arba'atun wa arba'una milan. Let me read this again. First solve 100, then solve 1, then solve 10 and complete it. Arba'u mi'atin 400 wa arba'atun means 4 wa arba'una means 40 milan miles. Similarly, you said wahidun wa ishrun. So you first put the ones and then the tens. You also have to follow the same rule here. First put the 100. Now from ones and tens, first put the ones, then tens. Now we have 11 books. So ahada ashara kitaban. 14 chairs. Arba'a, sorry, because mabni bil fatha. So arba'a asharata. No, the chair is muzakkar. So arba'ata ashara kursiyan. Then we have 26 boys. So sittun wa ishruna taliban. 26 boys or waladan. Then we have 111 elephants. So mi'atun 100 wa ahada ashara filan. 100, mi'atun wa ahada means 1, ashara means 10, filan means elephant. 195 keys. So first solve 100. 100 means mi'atun wa 95. So 95 is 90 plus 5. So first solve 5. Khamsatun. Then we have, so keys is actually muzakkar. So khamsun. Okay. Khamsun wa 90. So tis'una 90, and keys is miftahan. Then we have 3,333 roses. Roses is muannas, so remember. First we have to say 3,000. So we are going to say salasatu alafin means 3,000. Salasatu means 3, alafin means thousands. So salasatu alafin 3,000. Now solve 300. Salasatu alafin wa 300. So salasu mi'atin 300. Now we have 33. So salasatun wa ishruna waradatan. So waradatan is muannas, so we cannot say salasatun. So let's say salasun wa ishruna waradatan. Now translate the following sentences and fill in the i'rab. Fil bustani tis'un wa tis'una nakhlatan. Okay, we made one mistake in the roses here. The Arabic example says that if we are using a one separately with the number tens after 20, 30, like 20, 30, 40, then we do not have to be similar in gender. We have to be opposite in gender. So we made it right actually. Sorry. We made it right. We have used tis'un because we used salasun wa salasuna waradatan, because waradatan is muannas. That's why we have used salasun instead of salasatun. Fil bustani, in the garden, tis'un 9 wa tis'una 90. So 9 plus 90 is 99. Nakhlatan, palm trees. Masahatud dari, the distance of house, alfa zira'in. Alfa is muzaf and it was actually alfani, tasniya. So noon is dropped, alaf, alfa zira'in, 2,000 feet. Lil hujrati, for a room, salasatu, 3 shababika, 3 windows. Now why I am saying shababika instead of shababik? Because shababika is gair munsarif, and on gair munsarif we cannot put zair on it. Now ba'at tajiru, the merchant sold arba'ata ashara, 14 kintaran. 14 kintaran. Kintaran is actually a measurement. I think it's called ton. Kutnan, cotton. So the merchant sold 14 ton of cotton. Fil kitabi, in the book. Fifth number. Fil kitabi, in the book. Arbaun, 4. Wa ishruna, and 20. Safhatan, pages. Fis sanati, in the year. Isna, 2. Ashara, 10. So 12. Shahran, month. Umaru akhika, your brother's age. Al-an, now, is khamsun, 5. Wa salasun, 30. So 35. Sanatan, year. Bazatid dajjajatu, the rooster roost. The rooster is I think the speech of rooster is bazatun means lays eggs, so here it is hen. Bazatid dajjajatu, the hen lays the egg. Salasa bayzatin, 3 eggs. The hen has laid 3 eggs. Now we have the section 3.8.8 mustasna. It is not that important. I think important is not the accurate word. It is important, but lot of things have been explained about mustasna, which is not very rare, not used commonly in our general Arabic books. Most of the rules of mustasna is applied in poetry actually. So there are a lot of things which is discussed in this chapter, but I'm going to narrate and explain you the few basic things about mustasna, and that is enough for you to understand, and it will be helpful while reading and solving the books, inshallah. So mustasna, for understanding the mustasna, first understand what is istisna'u. Istisna'un is an Arabic word which means exclude, which means not included. Now, mustasna means is an ism which has been excluded and appears after harful istisna. Harful istisna is illa. Mustasna minhu is an ism from which mustasna has been excluded. It appears before harful istisna. Harful istisna are as follow: illa, ghaira, siwa, hasha, khala, ada, ma khala, ma ada. From which illa is generally used most as compared to all these one, because from ghaira, siwa, hasha, khala, ada, ma khala, ma ada, all these are also a harfe jar. So generally their usage is with harfe jar, except illa and ghaira, or sometimes siwa as well. For example, ja'al qawmu illa zaidan, the people came except Zaid. So here Zaid is excluded from the group of the people who came. So Zaid is excluded from qawm. So Zaid is mustasna and al qawm is mustasna minhu, because that's the group from which the Zaid is excluded. And illa, which makes the difference between mustasna and mustasna minhu, is here harful istisna. So see, ja'a is a fail, al qawmu is mustasna minhu, illa is harful istisna, and zaidan is mustasna. So all these mustasna minhu and harf istisna all becomes fa'il, and then it becomes jumle fe'liya khabariya. Related terminology. Then we have mustasna muttasil. Muttasil means attached. Refers to the case when the mustasna was included in the mustasna minhu before istisna. For example, ja'al qawmu illa zaidan, the people came except Zaid. Zaid was one of the people before exclusion. So mustasna muttasil is such type of mustasna which was a part of mustasna minhu, but he did not act with mustasna minhu. For example, Zaid is a person who used to be the part of one nation or one qawm, but when the qawm came, Zaid stopped himself from coming. So here Zaid was actually the part of that group, but now he decided not to come or follow with group. So here the Zaid is mustasna, but which type of mustasna? Mustasna muttasil. And why it is important to understand that Zaid was mustasna muttasil? Because in Quran there are a lot of examples of mustasna and mustasna minhu, which will explain you the reason of denial. See, that example is coming. Then we have mustasna in munqati, refers to the case when the mustasna was not included in the mustasna minhu before. For example, sajadal malaikatu illa iblis, the angels prostrated except Iblis. Iblis was never one of the angel. So now here the Iblis is never the part of Malaika group. So here the Iblis is mustasna, but it is mustasna munqati, because Iblis was never a part of angels. It was never a part of Malaika, it was a part of jinns. For example, Ja'al qawmu illa himaran, the people came except donkey. So donkey is not a part of human. So here it is used in a sentence, but himaran was never a part of qawm. So himaran is mustasna munqati. Then we have kalamun musbatun wa kalamun mujabun, which both have the same meaning, which is positive statement. It refers to a sentence which does not have any harf nafi or nahi or istifham. So generally kalamun musbatun and kalamun mujabun are those type of sentence which does not have either huruf istifham, I mean there is no such question asked with that sentence, or there is no denial of information with that sentence, or there is no command for provision of any from committing anything. So a sentence which is very simple is called muskalamun musbatun, which is completely clear from questions or denial or commands. Like Jal qawmu illa zaidan, the people came except Zaid. Here there is no question mark, there is no denial, there is nothing. Then we have kalamun manfiun or kalamun ghayru mujabin, just opposite. Here in the sentence either question is asked, or there is a denial of information, or there is a command to not do something. For example, ma ja'al qawmu illa zaidan, the people did not come except Zaid. But now here the translation is changed. In the above example, ja'al qawmu illa zaidan, qawm came except Zaid. But when we added ma is providing the denial of qawm. It means the qawm is the one who did not show up, only Zaid showed. Only Zaid came, the whole qawm did not came. Now then we have mustasna mufarraq, refers to a sentence in which mustasna minhu is not mentioned. Sometimes mustasna minhu is obvious, so it is removed from sentence, or sometimes there is no need of mustasna minhu, we simply want to emphasize the word. For example, when I am saying ma jaa illa zaidun, no one came except Zaid. So here we are not saying that Zaid is a part of anything and no one came. Here we only want to say that Zaid is only the person who came. So here we are emphasizing the Zaid. So there is no need to add or mention mustasna minhu. Then we have mustasna ghayrul mufarraq, which means mustasna minhu is mentioned, like ja'al qawmu illa zaid, and here qawm is mentioned. Now there is a table, like there is a lot of controversies going on, like what were the i'rab of mustasna. So the simple i'rab of mustasna is having fatha on it, but sometimes the i'rab of mustasna keep changing. So see the example. If illa as a harf istisna used in munqati means when the mustasna is not a part of mustasna minhu, so the i'rab of mustasna will be mansoob. For example, sajadal malaikatu illa iblis, here mustasna was never a part of mustasna minhu, so its i'rab will be with fatha on it. That's the first case. Second case, again illa used as a harf istisna. Here we have muttasil. Muttasil means mustasna minhu was a part of mustasna was a part of mustasna minhu, and that sentence is mujab. Mujab means that sentence is simple. There is no question mark or denial in that sentence. So the i'rab will be mansub, like ja'anil qawmu illa zaidan. That's the case too. Now third, again illa as a harf istisna use. Sentence is muttasil means mustasna was a part of mustasna minhu. Ghair mujab means here we have used some words which gives the meaning of negative, which provides negative meaning or denial of information. Gairu mufarragin. Gairu mufarragin means sometimes mustasna minhu is not mentioned. So in both cases its i'rab will be mansoob, like ma ja'ani ahadun illa zaidan. So first example was there is a denial of whole mustasna minhu, that no one came except Zaid. So its i'rab will be mansoob. Now, but if sentence is ghair mufarraq, it means mustasna minhu is not important, or mustasna minhu is not nothing. For example, ma ja'ani ahadun illa zaidun. No one came to me except Zaid. Ab see, both sentence have same meaning, but and the writing format is also same. Then what's the difference here? The difference is that we have given a two option here. Either put fatha on mustasna or put zamma on mustasna. So why zamma? As the i'rab as mustasna minhu, the i'rab of fa'il. So we have given a two option here. In which sentence? When the when illa used as harf istisna and the mustasna is mentioned, mustasna minhu is mentioned in the sentence, and that whole sentence having one of the negative meaning. So in this case we are given a two choices. Either use the general i'rab of mustasna, that is fatha, or use the put the same i'rab on mustasna, what were the i'rab on mustasna minhu. Don't worry if you are not able to understand or remember all these things. Once you familiar with the Arabic sentences and its format, it will become easier for you. Case number 4. Illa muttasil means mustasna minhu is mentioned, and muttasil means mustasna was a part of mustasna minhu. Gairu mujabin means the sentence does have some negative word like ma or question mark or anything. Mufarraq means here the mustasna minhu is not mentioned. So the i'rab will be with three choice. The i'rab here the i'rab actually is based on the context of the sentence. Here the i'rab is not prefixed, but the i'rab of mustasna on this place is based on the context or the position of that word. For example, if the fail is mentioned and the mustasna is becoming fa'il, so the i'rab of mustasna will be pesh. If the fail and fa'il is mentioned and the i'rab of the mustasna word is on the position of maf'ul, it will have nasab on it. If mustasna is in the place where it should have kasra on it, so again the mustasna will accept the i'rab of kasra. So here the i'rab of mustasna is not prefixed, but the i'rab of mustasna will keep changing according to the demand of that sentence. See, in the first example, there is a fail ja, but there is no fa'il, so the mustasna becomes the fa'il and accept the i'rab of fa'il. Here fail and fa'il is mentioned, but there is no maf'ul, so mustasna becomes maf'ul and accept the i'rab of maf'ul. Here marartu always used with ba harfe jar, So here when the marartu is used, mustasna accept the action of ba harf jar on it and accept the i'rab zair. Now we have ma khala and ma ada. When the harf istisna is not illa but ma khala or ma ada, we will always give nasab to these two words. Then we have khala, ada, hasha. So here they can be used as these words give zabar or zair. Both are optional. You can use whatever i'rab you want to use as on the i'rab of mustasna. And when gaira or siwa is used, so these two words are absolute harf jar. So the i'rab of mustasna will be definitely majroor. Now let me remind you everything and summarize you all these things. There is some different cases for the i'rab of mustasna. If gaira or siwa is used, the i'rab of mustasna will be with zair. If khala, ada, hasha is used, the i'rab of mustasna will be either zabar or zair. It's upon us. If ma khala or ma hasha or ma ada is used, here the i'rab of mustasna will be mansoob. If illa is used as a harf istisna, then in two cases i'rab is optional. It can be anything we want. In one cases i'rab depend on the position and the context of sentence, and in one case the i'rab will be always mansoob. The i'rab of word gaira is same as the of illa, mustasna. Thus the simple way to determine the i'rab of gaira is to replace gaira with illa. Now whatever the i'rab mustasna was supposed to get should given to gaira. For example, we have two sentences. Ja'al qawmu gaira zaidin. Ma ja'a gaira zaidin. To determine the i'rab of gaira, follow the following two steps of each of the sentence. Replace gaira with illa and see what the i'rab of mustasna would be. Ja'al qawmu illa zaidan, ma ja'a illa zaidun. The first sentence is mujab, second, so the mustasna will be mansoob, and the second sentence is ghairu mujab and mufarrag, so the mustasna is according to amil, thus it will be marfu. The i'rab of mustasna with illa will be given to ghaira. Ja'al qawmu ghaira zaidin, ma ja'a ghairu zaidin. So here the note 1 and 2 is actually explaining that I told you that the gaira and siwa gives gaira and siwa actually gives the absolute, they are absolute harf jar. So the mustasna will always have zair on it whenever the gaira is used in a sentence. Okay, but here we are talking about the i'rab of gaira, because the gaira sometimes accept ghairu with ra having pesh on it in this case, and sometimes ghaira as zabar, and sometimes this ra of ghaira is having zair also. The i'rab of ra in ghaira word keeps changing. It is harf, but it is not actually mabni. Its i'rab sometimes change in a different situation. So now the question is how one can assume what type of i'rab should the ghaira have. So here the writer is saying simply just replace ghaira with illa and see what i'rab should illa have here. So whatever the i'rab should illa has given, you can give i'rab to ghaira. So for example, if illa is in such place where the mustasna minhu having zamma, mustasna having zamma on it, give ghairu a zamma. And if illa is in such place where the mustasna having fatha on it, then again give fatha to the ghaira. So this whole thing is lot confusing for you. So just remember and try to memorize this. The last statement for the i'rab of ghaira. Ghaira sometimes written as ghairu, sometime as ghaira, and sometime as ghairi. The i'rab of word ghairu keeps changing. So how one can understand and define the i'rab of gaira is that whenever gaira used in a sentence where there is a mustasna minhu, just look for the i'rab of mustasna. Whatever there is a i'rab of mustasna, gaira will accept the i'rab of mustasna. That's it. Now translate, fill in the i'rab and explain the i'rab of mustasna. Ra'aytu al-junuda illa al-qaida. It's a simple sentence. Harf illa is used, mustasna minhu is used, and mustasna is used. So i'rab is mansoob. Ra'aytu means I saw, junud means army, illa means except, al-qaid means leader. Now translate your own. Then we have sama means fasting, al-ghulam means servant, Ramazana means Ramazan. Now what i'rab should gaira accept here? So it's a simple sentence. So just what is the i'rab of maf'ul here, Ramazana? So give gaira yawmin. Gaira always become harf jar, so the next word will be majroor. Samal gulamu Ramazana gaira yawmin. So the servant have fasted for Ramzan after Ramzan. It means there was no day for Ramzan and he fasted after Ramzan. Then we have Zurtu, I saw, Masajid al-Madinati, Masjid of Medina, Ma khala wahidan. Whenever there is a ma khala, i'rab is fixed, that is wahidan, except alone. Ja'al qawmu, the whole qawm came, illa himaran, except donkey. Here the i'rab will be mansoob. Why? Because mustasna is mentioned, but mustasna was never a part of mustasna minhu, it is munqati. Dakhaltu, I entered, ghuraf al-bayti, room of the house, khala, except, ghurfatan naumi, room of sleep, or whatever we say for the room in which we sleep, bedroom or maybe. Ma adal marizu, the mariz did not return. Ma adal arizu, ma adal marizu, it should be alif here. Aidan ghayrat tabibi, ghayrat tabibi. The patient did not return except doctor. Qara'tu al-kitaba, I read the book, illa safhataini, except 2 pages. It means I read only 2 pages. Ma ja'a illa muallim. So here file is missing. The i'rab of mustasna will be with pesh. So only teacher came. Then we have lesson section 3.9, al-majrurat, words which are always majroor. You already know there are only 2 types of words that are always majroor. These are as follows: an ism preceded by harf jar, that fil kitab, in the book, and muzaf ilay, kitabu zaidin, book of Zaid. Then we have section 3.10, which we are going to learn in the next video, inshallah. Assalamu-Alaikum wa rahmatullah.